Hello, welcome back to Mountain Jim Card Collectibles. So, today we have some more information that looks really bad for your favorite company, Topps Fanatics. I know there's a lot of you who bend the knee to them and love them to no end, and their greed and selfishness and the breakers that go along with it. I just want to tell you right now, I noticed the thumbs down on my video yesterday. I don't understand why anyone is watching my channel who's thumbs downing my channel. I don't even understand why you're here, okay, to be quite honest. If you're coming onto my channel and giving me a thumbs down, just go elsewhere. You can watch so many other channels that'll kiss these big corporations' ass from day to night, So that takes us to this. I can just see the trolls lining up right now. And there's a lot of people reacting to this post on X. Just came out recently. Look at the top. Just in. Topps employee confirms that allocation account get boxes from different pools than us commoners that buy directly from the website. Ouch. Okay. I wish they had more proof here, I mean, other than just this, I guess, screenshot of a chat with Topps. Receiving boxes via a Topps Direct account has no effect on the number of boxes available for purchase on our website. The boxes come from different inventory pools. Ouch. Let me tell you what. If that's the truth, I just feel like the government needs to get involved, with what's going on. Because a lot of us have had these suspicions, but, if they're going out of their way to favor different consumers and screwing other consumers over, I just think it's time to shut this whole thing down. Get rid of the licensing, give them a big fine, give them big penalties, let Michael Rubin take his bullshit on down the road, Hit the road, Jack. That's what us collectors have been told in this hobby. Hit the road, Jack. So we have no shortage of people who will stick up for Topps. These are your corporate shills, These are the type of people why our hobby is such a damn nightmare. There is literally no point in Topps doing this. There isn't some separate entity a big breaking company can get their supply from if Topps sends them average cases. All this does is create division in the hobby, and the only person that loses are fans that just want a fair shot at hitting a great card. And then he replies here, the person who put this post up, baseball cards. Big cards go to breakers. Breakers get publicity for the big card. More people go to those breakers and drive the prices up. And would you imagine they break on the Fanatics website? Fanatics owns Topps. Double dip. You know what? I mean, we all know this. We all know this. And why do so many of us have to battle all the corporate, knee-bending shills in this hobby constantly, to point this out? But I just think there's a lot of people out there that don't like reality, or they do like reality, but they're getting the good end, if you know what I mean. Yes, but different pools doesn't mean some pools of good stuff and some pools of dog shit. Theoretically, Topps has no idea what cards are in what boxes after they leave manufacturing, right? Wow, guys. I just don't understand why there's so much gaslighting of yourselves in this hobby. I don't get it. I mean, to me, they're like gaslit, self-inflicted wounds, if you know what I mean. Let's take gaslighting to a new level, And I'm not sure if these people are just unhappy with their lives, so they have to, tell themselves that sports cards are really doing a good thing for them. But for most people, they will not get a one-of-one card that they can sell for $1 million. And a lot of people maybe like to keep that card. Nowadays, it's just the golden ticket, and who's leading us down, the road of ruin? The breakers. If you want a good card, you have to get into a break, whether it's a Topps Fanatics break, Fanatics Collect, or whether it's just, some separate entity that's a breaking company that's buying a lot of stock. Allocation goes to all business accounts that have a distribution license with Tops, from the LCS to Target and Walmart to the breakers. This is normal. Business accounts don't pay sales tax, have to be vetted for legitimacy, and have minimum order requirements. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, there's so many people who are going to stick up for this type of behavior. I mean, I just don't get it. And that's why I'm just so turned off from a lot of sports card people at this point, to where I'm just kind of going, man, I don't know what to say about you guys. You know, you don't want to stick up for the consumer. You'd rather stick up for breaking companies. And hey, if that's what you want to do, stick up for breaking companies, well, you know, keep doing what you're doing. But I'm telling you, there are more and more people leaving this hobby day in and day out because of that fact. Because you're just a bunch of corporate shills. I'm not saying any of my viewers are, but man, you can just go down this list, and there are just so many people who will stick up for Tops, you know, and Tops just screws over so many people. I mean, like right here, I mean, there are valid gripes with Tops, but this shouldn't be shocking. Tops has direct account, shops, breakers, retail. They have to know their inventory totals, so they'll know how many cases are going to the website versus how many are for direct accounts. Yeah, but here's the thing: is it should all be coming out of the same pile, and it's not. And you know, I mean, I've seen so many breaks with the breakers hitting one of ones, and then you start to see smaller breakers, or you know, even me ripping boxes. I am not hitting one of ones, you know, but you're constantly seeing it with the breakers. Been saying this for years. Allocation isn't hand selected or guided to a specific breaker individual so much as it is distribution. Broad strokes is breaking platforms, LCS, retail. And this guy, well, how do you know it's not hand selected? Well, that's just it. A lot of people tell themselves a lot of things in this hobby. They always like to enjoy lying to themselves, I guess, to make themselves feel better about what they're ripping. But I just think it's really pathetic, you know, when you get into a lot of these comments. With the way McDonald's monopoly got caught back in the day, it wouldn't surprise me if people inside Tops are paid off to get the good product in their hands. Like he says here, that was an amazing scandal. Yeah, I mean, there's no shortage of scandals in, you know, big corporate entities, is there? You know? And so much of it is just so unfair. I mean, I guess that's the American way. It's, hey, we're going to play favorites with this group of consumers, you know, who always bend the knee to the corporation, who are a bunch of rich people, and we're just going to screw the you-know-what out of this group of consumers. Just give them garbage and this and that, you know, nothing worth anything at all, you know, as far as collectibles go. You know, that's I guess that's the way. And a lot of us don't like it, but apparently a lot of card, you know, enthusiasts really do like this big corporate monopoly that just screws over consumers right and left. and I'm pointing at my trolls, you know. If you're one of those people, please get off my channel. You don't need to be here. You don't need to listen to me. All you need to do is go and bend the knee to the big channels that always bend the knee to the big corporations. They're the ones selling the picks and shovels in this fucking market, man. Don't pretend they're not. Is that why breakers get hit parades when it comes to their cases? Some believe the evidence is slowly coming out. Yeah, no kidding, huh? What I understand is how many of you guys complain, and yet you're still participating in this dumbass hobby. You know it's rigged against you. You don't want to participate with the breakers, yet you'll spend your time on here crying and still buy more Tops products. Well, I'm not buying Tops products. I mean, if anyone knows me, I have been ripping a lot of Pokemon. Why in the hell am I going to waste money on Tops right now? I mean, what, we're all going to chase Cooper Flag? There's like a bazillion Cooper Flag cards out there. I mean, if I want a Cooper Flag, I'll just go to my LCS and buy a base card for like $1. I guarantee he's just like giving them away at this point. Who cares? Well, the monopoly ruined the hobby. Yes, it really did. And I'm glad that there's a few people out there who will admit it. Speaking directly to my local LCS owner, Fanatics eventual intent is to eliminate selling through LCSs, online retailers, Dave & Adam's, Card World, Steel City, and big box stores. Then once that's done, they'll absorb PSA, BGS, SGC. Then once Fanatics goes public, they'll take over eBay. Yeah, I can see that plan coming to fruition because we see, the nature of Topps Fanatics, wanting to monopolize everything possible for themselves. Granted, the PSA monopoly is another nightmare. You have a lot of channels that stick up for the PSA monopoly. I will never take a sponsor from PSA. Any channel that takes a sponsor from PSA is a villain. I'm putting that out there. And I'm pointing at certain channels. You're not helping the community, man. You're just helping yourself. I hope you like your big paychecks. Laugh out loud. This isn't news. This is all how businesses work. This doesn't mean production is doubled, though. Laugh out loud. There's one singular print run for each release. Yeah. Playing favorites. No big surprise there. We've all known it. And, even if this stuff isn't true, all you have to do is look around, go through enough breaks, watch the breaks, look at the cards they're pulling, and you'll start to figure it out for yourself. There is something fishy going on in this hobby. Oh, fun. This is just inviting regulation. Yeah, I sure hope it does get regulated someday, but, here we are. I mean, we don't have any regulation in the healthcare industry. Why do you think the insurance industry is just billing the you-know-what out of you, Because there's no regulation, I mean, anytime a small person starts to get ahead, there is so many regulations, But you look at the big corporate entities, involved in the healthcare industry, no regulations, and all they do is just screw the you-know-what out of consumers. Another criminal enterprise that will just be allowed to get away with this. Abolish breaking and give the hobby back to the regular old-fashioned collector. Yeah, I have been crying that out for many, many years, but there's too many corporate shills in the hobby who love monopolies, who love bending the knee, who are sponsored by these big monopolies. Is that going to change anytime soon? I don't know. But I doubt it. You wondering why the breakers get most of the hits? Now you know. Yeah, there's different pools. Topps is a casino. House always wins. Yeah, that's the nature of a casino. If you're selling picks and shovels to the poor gold miners, poor gold miners rarely ever hit. There's way too much money in blue chip trading cards for there not to be inside factory card distribution to special clientele. I've yet to hear from Topps or any other trading card company on how they prevent corruption. Meanwhile, public is stuck with overpriced junk. Yeah. And that's why you don't see me buying retail. I know that there's a lot of channels that are promoting, go buy retail because they're buying retail and ripping on their channel, but they're getting paid, I mean, they're getting the views. That's why they're doing it. They know they're ripping worthless garbage that doesn't really have much value, Oh, we're going to chase down a Cooper flag, parallel numbered card. Whoopee-doo. Who cares? Only makes sense from greedy corporation. People watch the breakers open, get impulsive, buy a box, chalk it up as bad luck, lick their wounds, and rinse and repeat. It's not rocket science. Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, that's how Topps is always trying to, pull people in is, oh, watch a break. Oh, then you go buy the product and you break and you just get, burnt to no end. It's just ugly. Anyway, I'd like to thank my subscribers. You're the only reason I do this. I'd like to thank my viewers. Thank you for watching my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, maybe you could click that subscription button. And if you're a troll, just hit the road. You don't need to be here. You don't need to watch my stuff. Anyway, hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.